Unfortunately, getting lean is really this simple. And I know this because I've been able to achieve this transformation 5 times. 2 of those 5 happened in as little as 60 to 90 days over the last 11 years. And during that time, I was a medical student, I was a medical doctor, I was running a full-time business, I still am, and even becoming a pro natural bodybuilder in the process. And I know this work because not only do I apply it to myself, I apply this with all of my clients. And Leonardo da Vinci said it the best. Simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication, but don't get me wrong, you still need to put in the work. But if you can, you will get an ROI utilizing my ROI method. And it's a simple 3-step process. And if you can do this each and every single day, you can get lean. Let's not waste time and dive straight in. I'm gonna start with the least important in this list to the most important in the ROI method. So we are going to start with I, which is your input. Now you may be like, okay, Dr. Mike, I know where you're going. Calories in, calories out, I've heard it all, but actually, no. I want us only to focus on input, but on this thing specifically, Proteus, aka protein. And did you know that Proteus stands for the highest order when it comes to Greek? And protein is the only thing you really need to focus on to be able to get lean, and it's really that simple. The only rule that I'm gonna set for you in terms of your intake, and yes, diet is the most important, it's 80% of getting lean, is hitting your protein intake. The minimum of 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And stick with me because I'm actually gonna give you a simple super formula to be able to hit the input portion of this 3-step process. So 1 gram per pound, at minimum, you can even go as high as 1.3 grams. Why? No one has ever gotten fat from eating too much chicken breast, too much steak, or too much fish. So why do I say you should eat 1 gram of protein? Protein does 3 things. It boosts your metabolism by increasing something called the thermic effect of food, which is a sexy way of saying that your body burns more calories by needing to break down protein compared to carbs and fats. It increases your satiety. You feel full eating more protein. And this actually stimulates your fullness hormones, specifically GLP-1, which slows down gastric emptying. And also it increases something called peptide YY, another hormone that makes you feel full. And then finally, eating more protein will help you build more muscle. The more muscle you have, the less body fat you have. There's no downside to eating more protein. This is why I'm putting this first in this super simple method. But again, I promise you that I'm going to give you an easy way to hit your protein, hitting 200 grams, no problem. So again, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, I want you to eat a minimum of 200 grams. If you're 175 pounds, I want you to eat a minimum of 175 grams. But remember this forever, and this is an easy way that you can guarantee that you hit your protein. 2, 6, 8, 10 equals 50 grams of protein. Let me break it down for you. 2 scoops of whey protein equals 50 grams of protein. And by the way, pro tip, please try, just try, Ghost Whey Protein. Not affiliated, I wish I was. That's the best tasting protein I've ever had. You can get 2 scoops of protein equals 50 grams of protein. 6 ounces of cooked chicken breast or cooked turkey equals 50 grams of protein. 8 ounces of lean ground beef, sirloin, tenderloin, filet mignon equals 50 grams of protein, and that's the cooked weight. And then finally, the 10 ounces of white fish, mahi, cod equals 50 grams of protein. Now you have 4 options of hitting 50 grams of protein. 4 times 50 equals 200. But let's say you are 175 pounds. You can have the 6 ounces of chicken breast, the 8 ounces of lean steak, and the fish, and then just 1 scoop of whey protein. Now it's all up to you to manipulate, but that's the one thing you need to do, because the protein is also gonna help you stay in a caloric deficit because you're gonna feel so full. Now, of course, you're not just gonna eat the protein alone. I'm going to give you the best carbohydrate sources that you can utilize. And remember this, 2, 6, 8, 10 equals 50 grams of carbs. You can have 2 cups of steel cut oats or 2 ripe bananas. 6, you can have 6 ounces of white rice equals 50 grams of carbs. 8, you can have 8 ounces of high protein pasta from Berea or Banza protein pasta. That gives you 50 grams of carbs. And then finally, you can have 10 ounces of sweet potatoes or you can do regular potato. And research shows that potato actually makes you feel the fullest amongst all different carbohydrate meals. Now you have the protein and the carbohydrates, and you can use any combination of these meals to create a meal plan on a day-to-day basis. And of course, if you want to take it to the next level, then you can also include intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting, all it is on and off. It means on, you can eat in this time, off, you cannot eat in this time. And do the progressive fasting, right? Start the 12-12. First meal 8 a.m. Last meal 8 p.m. This will stop you from snacking. Then do 14-10. First meal 10 a.m. Last meal 8 p.m. Then do the classic 16-8. First meal 12 o'clock, last meal 8 p.m. You will enhance your caloric deficit this way and lose that fat easily along with hitting your 1 gram of protein. Your only job, without bullshitting you, is to be consistent. And my recommendation, because you want to make this lifelong, you want to do this each and every single day, make your favorite foods, but make them high protein and try and reduce the carbs. That's the only game. That's all that I want you to focus on your input. But we're going to go into the O in ROI, and O is actually going to help you on its own burn a pound of fat. It's the 15,000 rule. There's no research showing this, but anecdotally, I have seen that when my clients hit 15,000 steps, and before you guys say, Dr. Mike, who has time to hit 15,000 steps? Bear with me. When my clients hit 15,000 steps, the fat melts off. Let me explain. I've seen, irrespective of your height and weight, where you are, now this may be plus minus, 15,000 steps burns 500 calories a day. 500 calories a day times 7 days in a week equals 3,500 calories. 3,500 calories burnt is equivalent to 1 pound of fat burnt. If you can get to 15,000 steps a day, you can burn nearly a pound of fat just through walking. I don't want you to run, no high rocks, no CrossFit, just walk. It's really that simple. You can do it consistently. It's actually going to tap into fat stores. It will keep your insulin levels low. There is no downside to walking more. The only downside is people who are like Dr. Mike, who has the time? My clients are some of the busiest people, so I'm going to break it down to you and share with you what are some of the tricks that we utilize to be able to get them to that mark. And again, I have surgeons on my team, people who are on call all the time, and they can hit this number consistently. I tell them this all the time. And please, if there's one thing I can influence you to do this year, please buy a walking pad. It's $100. They're like $150 on Amazon. And I always tell my clients, it's the second most important investment they'll make in their health after working with us. Why? We know that 1,000 steps is equivalent to 10 minutes of walking. Having a walking pad essentially just reduces your friction of getting those 10 minutes of walking. You can have the walking pad in your living room while your family's watching Netflix. You can walk. After you have a meal, walk 10 minutes. If you're just texting on your phone, walk for 10 minutes. If you're on a meeting and you just walk even slowly, just that your body moves instead of being seated on a seat like I am, just walk for that 1 hour and you'll come out with nearly 6,000 steps in that 1 hour. And you'll notice it's so much easier to hit 15,000 steps. And research shows that the average American is already getting 5,000 steps. So if you just get 10,000 steps on this walking pad, or even 5,000, it's easy to hit 15,000. When you go to the gym, walk 10 minutes before the workout, that's 1,000. In between your workout and in between your sets, instead of sitting down on the bench, walk in between sets. You can get 2,000 steps that way. Post-workout as a warm down, walk for another 10 minutes. That's 4,000 steps alone just in the gym. And then you get 4,000 to 5,000 steps automatically doing your day-to-day. And then you just need to find another 30 to 40 minutes. Maybe you wake up early in the morning and you go for a 30-minute walk. And it's so easy to hit 15,000 and burn that pound. But I'll also share this with you, and I promised you that I would have a gift for you. My clients train on average, we did the data across the last 6 years with Sculpt by Science, that my clients are training between 3 and 4 sessions a week. That's all you really need of a good periodized resistance training program. That's all you need. I'm sharing one with you here on the screen. You can take screenshots right now. Here's a 3-day training plan, and here's a 4-day training plan. All I ask in return is just leave the video the gentle thumbs up and share this with a friend, and maybe do this journey together, because that's one of the big benefits of being in a community, is that this famous African proverb is, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go further, go together. So I highly recommend you do this with a friend. But with that being said, I also will invite you to join us at Sculpt by Science. If you're a business owner, you're an executive, you're a busy mom, and you finally want a guaranteed result, you want to work with a team of doctors, you can scan this QR code to fill out an application to see if you're a good fit. And it's the first link in the description to work with me and my team of doctors. But I digress. That's all you need to do in terms of output. And I did tell you that I'd give you a gift. It's linked in the description. Just put your email in. I promise you I'm not going to bombard you with emails. I will just send you goodies in the videos that I make. Every time I make a new video, I'll just consistently send you goodies because I'm going to make some for every video that I output into the future. This is my newsletter in essence. And by the way, of course, some of you may just be getting 5,000 steps, and that's okay. I'm not saying jump to 15,000 the next day. Progressively overload towards that number. Go from 5K, maybe make a big jump to 8,000 steps, right? With your new walking pad. And then every 2 weeks, or if you're strong, go every week and go to 9K, then go to 10K and 11K. And that's actually much better for your body because this allows adaptation. You allow your knees, ankles, your entire system to get used to it. You allow your routine to adapt to this new lifestyle. So scale your way up to 15,000 steps. So that's your output. So again, 1 gram of protein per pound, that's gonna keep us in a deficit and build muscle. The walking is gonna help us burn fat, and the training is going to help us build muscle. Now remember I said I was going to end with the most important, and this is recovery. And that's the ROI method. Recovery, output, input. And why recovery is the most important? I have worked with clients before who have tried everything, but I'll always hear them say, Dr. Mike, I sleep on 6 hours on average and I feel fine. And we would go through our process. In the first 2 weeks, we may not see results. And sometimes I'll just pull the rug under them and say, you know what? Forget the diet, forget walking, forget training even for this week. This week, we're just gonna focus on becoming professional sleepers. And I've pushed their sleep from 6 to 7 hours consistently. Boom, the weight starts melting off. And the reason is all of our bodies are Ferraris. But if that Ferrari does not have any oil in the engine, it's not gonna make it down the street. It's just metal and it's worthless. And you guys are trying to speed run your Ferrari on low oil. And sleep essentially does that. When you sleep 7 hours, you spend enough time in deep sleep and REM sleep so that you can optimize your testosterone, optimize your estrogen for women, optimize your growth hormone, optimize your ghrelin, the hormone that makes you feel hungry. And what I start seeing with my clients is that all of a sudden they're energetic to get steps. They're more productive at work. They're like, Dr. Mike, please let me go to the gym. I have so much energy. I don't know what to do. And everything in essence tends to correct itself. So you say, Dr. Mike, I hear you. Maybe that's what I should do. Stop focusing on the training and the dieting. Let me just focus on starting to get good sleep. I've never tried that before. Let me try. Please try that. And how to build that routine is this. Let's say you didn't get a good night's sleep. For example, I didn't get a great night's sleep this night. I walked into glass. I hurt my finger. I didn't sleep great. But you know what? Not to break my routine, I still woke up early. And the first thing I do is I get light through my eyes. I look through the window and I try and get steps. And essentially, when light hits my eyes, it resets my body's internal clock. And in 16 hours from now, my eyes are gonna be burning because that's when melatonin is gonna start producing again. And this is essentially how your body adapts depending on where you are in the world. It's all according to light. Now, we follow 10, 3, 2, 1. I stopped drinking caffeine at midday because the latest I want to be in bed is at 10 p.m. And for all of you say, Dr. Mike, I work fine. I function fine without if I drink a cup of coffee. No, you don't. You don't spend as much time in that deep and REM sleep as you normally would without the caffeine. So cut that shit out. Stop drinking caffeine 10 hours before bed. You will notice your quality improves. 3 in 10, 3, 2, 1. Stop eating 3 hours before bed. You don't want to go to bed and your digestive system is still working. You want to have your entire system ready to hibernate and shut down. 2 hours before bed, no more liquids. I don't want you waking up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to go to the bathroom. And if you must, just sip. You don't need to gulp it down. And to prevent this thirst that you usually feel in the evening, front load your water. Try and drink 2/3 of all your water intake before midday, and you'll notice that you're much more hydrated. 1 hour before bed, no more screens. And if you must, and I get this for a lot of my clients, put on blue light blocking glasses. If your optometrist told you those normal Gucci glasses that have the normal lens without a color is blue light blocking, nonsense. It needs to be amber color. That amber color literally blocks the blue light from entering into your eye. So you can wear that, or you just simply don't look at the screens, and you'll notice that your eyes are on fire because you want to sleep and you get a good night's rest. And that is the ROI method. If you sleep 7 hours, you get 1 point for R. If you hit your step goal, whatever that is, between 10 and 15K, you get 1 point, whatever your goal is. And give yourself leeway. Let's say you have the goal of 13K. If you get 12K to 14K, you get 1 point. And then the I, if you hit at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, you get 1 point. And your goal is to get 2 to 3 points each and every single day, and do this for the next 2 to 3 months, and voila, you will get lean. And that's the ROI method. If you enjoyed this video, leave it with a gentle thumbs up. I am going to be in the comments section for the next 72 hours answering every single one of your questions. So if you ever had a question, and no such thing as a stupid question, ask me. I want to be able to coach you. I'm in the comment section down below. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, especially when you don't feel like it. Cheers. And before I continue, I know all of you have very specific problems. For the next 72 hours from releasing this video, I will answer every single question in the comment section. I want to be able to coach you and help you. And there's no such thing as a stupid question. So comment down below, ask me a question. Please give me as much detail as possible so that I can help you, and I will give an in-depth answer.